that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627. And as we welcome you back here, we are getting set for first pitch of game number 2 of our doubleheader, as Rylan Carroll is on the mound, and he will be the starter for the Brandon Valley Lynx, as we will get you the starting lineups here shortly for both of these teams. As Carroll will be the pitcher and DH, as once he is done with his outing on the mound, he will then be the DH for the Brandon Valley Lynx going into this second game. The Pierre Governors, their starting lineup, will get you that right now. George Stanley lead things off. He's a center fielder. Charlie Simpson will be catching and batting second. Jet Zabel out in right field batting third, excuse me. Nolan Peterson will bat in the cleanup spot, the DH. Matthew Brewer, the first baseman, batting fifth. Grayson Hunsley will be the second baseman, batting sixth. Carter Shufflebind will bat seventh and play third base. Sunshine will be, let's see if he's going to be out in right field or where he's going to be at, maybe in left field. Both those guys are listed as right fielder on the lineup sheet. And Dawson Guess is the shortstop that will bat ninth. I would assume that maybe Zabel will be out in left field and Sunshine will be out in right. But either way, the Governors will be looking for a chance to pick up win number 7 on the season, as they're now 6-2. You're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. George Stalley will lead things off for the Governors, as Rylan Carroll finishing up his warm-up tosses. It'll be Stalley, Simpson, and Zabel will be the first 3 hitters for Pierre here in game number 2. A 2-1 win in game 1, and now getting set for game number 2. Stalley will wait on the first pitch. Rylan Carroll will deliver. Ground ball to the right side. Diving for it's the second baseman, but unable to make the play is Knutson. And the first pitch swinging again for George Stalley. This time he reaches base. He was 1 for 3 in the first game, but he flew out to the right fielder on that first pitch in game number 1. And now he is 1 for 1 to start game number 2. And it'll be Charlie Simpson to come to the plate. He's the catcher here in game number 2. He'll swing at the first pitch and ground it to the right side. This will be a tough play again for the second baseman, but the play by Knutson will be able to get Simpson out at first, and there's 1 on and 1 out. Moving up to second will be Stalley. And it'll be now Jet Zabel to the plate. Number 3 hitter in the lineup with Nolan Peterson then waiting on deck. As we get a time called, and out to the mound will be the catcher and Will Bunker, along with the shortstop and Aiden Zerr will come in to make sure that they are on the same page with their signs, what number they're going to use with the runner on second. Already here with 1 out in the top of the inning of the first inning. Game 2 and first pitch at 7:05. Glad you're with us here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. A 2-1 win. Ridge Leinbach able to do it all in game number 1. With the fact that he got a 2 RBI double and then a 7-inning complete game win. The only blemish was a solo shot with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. As that first pitch will bounce in. Good block there from the catcher Bunker. And it was 7 innings of 9 strikeouts for Ridge Leinbach to get the win. 1-0 pitch to Zabel. That will get to the backstop. Stalley will get to third. And 90 feet away is the first run of the ball game, where it took us to the 6th inning to get our first 2 runs. And the 7th inning for Brandon Valley to score their lone run. Here at the top of the first, we already got our first man at third base, which, again, took until the 6th inning for a runner to get to third. There was no runner that reached third base until that 6th inning whenever Stalley came in to score. 2-0 pitch at the knees and is taken for a strike, and the count is now at 2 balls and a strike to Zabel. Trevor Rounds is on the mound for the Governors. He will take the mound after this top of the first inning. We'll see if he can do it with a lead as the 2-1 pitch will miss low, and the count's now 3-1. Three-one here to Zabel. This will be popped up left side, long run into foul territory. That will land in play, but foul. And the count's now 3-2. That would have scored Stalley had that run, or had that catch been made by the left fielder in Colton Padgett. But he let that one go to land foul and didn't get there in time anyway. 3-2 pitch, cut on and missed by Zabel, and there's now 2 down, a strikeout of Zabel, and it will bring up now Nolan Peterson, who's going to try and drive in the game's first run. First pitch to Peterson will be taken for a strike. Didn't even get a chance to turn the page back to game number 1 and tell you that Nolan Peterson went 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, singled in the top of the 7th inning. That'll miss low, and the count's now 1-1. As we were late getting the lineups up to the press area. So trying to get everything written down before we get too far in this ball game, as the count's now 1-2. I'm going to tell you how things line out defensively, but we may have to do that in the second inning unless Nolan Peterson's able to battle down 1-2 in the count. 1-2 pitch is upstairs, and the count's now 2-2. And Stalley is leading away from third as Rylan Carroll is trying to get himself through this first inning after a leadoff single. 2-2 pitch. Peterson into center field. Coming in, though, is the center fielder and Finn to make the catch, and that will retire the side here in the top of the first. No runs on 1 hit. There are no errors and 1 man left on base. Half an inning in the books. There is no score between Pierre and Brandon Valley as the Lynx will come to the plate. Back in a minute, and you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
So it is 1-0, or make that 0-0 in the bottom of the first here on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. As Trevor Rounds will be on the mound for the Pierre Governors in the second game. And we tell you his stats so far for Rounds, 2 1/3 innings so far. He's giving up 9 hits, 12 runs, 10 of them earned. 4 walks, 5 strikeouts with 2 men that he's hit. The ERA right now is very much inflated because it's only been 2 1/3 innings that he's throwing. The ERA sitting at 30 and the whip at 5.57, but a chance to settle things in here for Trevor Rounds. First pitch will be upstairs for ball 1. Guy trying to get himself with a strong start and a strong appearance for the Governors. 1-0 pitch. That'll drop out of the zone. The count's now 2-0 here to Caleb Finn, who went 1 for 2 with that Charles Finn. And the count is now 3-0. And it's Caleb Finn, and he will take ball 4, and it's a 4-pitch walk to open up the bottom of the first inning. It'll bring up Chase Leary.
right fielder number 7, Chase Leary.
I said Charles Finn last game, Charles Finn last game is actually Caleb Finn this whole time. Chase Leary, the right fielder. Can't read my writing sometimes. First pitch from Rounds to Leary. He'll be upstairs, and it's 5 straight misses here to open up this game here for Trevor Rounds. Leary, who was a leadoff man in the lineup in game number 1, went 0 for 3. And only 4 hits were allowed in that first game by Ridge Leinbach. 1-0 pitch. There's a line shot into center field. That's down for a base hit. And it's first and second here with nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. And it brings up now Aiden Zur.
It brings up shortstop number 4, Aiden Zur.
Try and get you maybe some final scores from across the states right now, with the Huron Tigers beating the T Area Titans 8-6 in their game. It was Jefferson beating Grand Forks Central 11-0. That was their only game of the night. Lincoln Patriots are right now down. There's a lot of there is the border battle, but so a lot of North Dakota and South Dakota teams playing each other this weekend here in the Sioux Falls area. First pitch will be at the top of the zone for strike 1 to Aiden Zur. The Brookings Bobcats, Stevens Raiders actually leading the Brookings Bobcats 5-1 right now. That's the only other games that are going on in the States. Here's the 0-1 from Rounds to Zur. Showing bunt, pulls it back and missing low and away for ball 1. That counts now 1-1. Sun going to be a factor here. Well, somewhat just more for the broadcast than for the guys playing in the game right now until that sun starts to set. Count is 1-1 with the lights turning on here at Aspen Park in Brandon. 1-1 pitch, showing bunt again, dropping it down, and it is a foul ball. It did hit Aiden Zur, but he was still in the batter's box when the ball had hit him. He was just about to take that step out, but he had not stepped out of the batter's box, so it is just a foul ball, and the count's now 1-2. And would expect him not to be bunting here with 2 strikes and nobody out with the runners at first and second. 1-2 pitch, that is high and outside, and the count's now 2-2. Jackson Adams, Rylan Carroll, the next 2 hitters. Didn't even go through that starting lineup for you for the Brandon Valley Lynx. We'll do that here in just a moment. 2-2 pitch, runner takes off. This will be flown out towards right center field. Anybody get there? They cannot. 1 run will come in to score. Zabel out near the fence. The second run will try and score. The ball comes bouncing in back to second base. It's a 2-run double for Aiden Zur, and Brandon Valley opens up a 2-0 lead, their first lead today. They do it in the first 3 hitters. And it's now Jackson Adams to the plate. Hit a solo shot, the only run that scored, only RBI for Brandon Valley in game number 1. But they now lead at 2-0 here in the bottom of the first in game number 2 of our doubleheader. First pitch over for a strike from Rounds. Rylan Carroll is the pitcher, then will be the DH whenever his day is done on the mound. Will Bunker, Grady, there was a catching. Grady Gindorf, the third baseman, batting 7th. Braden Knutson, the second baseman, batting 8th. Golden Padgett, the left fielder, will bat 9th. As the count's 1-1 here, even to Jackson Adams. And this is game 2 of our doubleheader. Governors will have 2 more games tomorrow against the Jefferson Cavaliers. Here's the 1-1. That is at the top of the zone. Adams will take it for a strike, and the count goes to now 1-2. Trying to retire the first man here in the first inning for Trevor Rounds. He'll come set from the stretch. 1-2 pitch. That'll be taken for strike 3. And Adams will strike out and be the first out. Of the 10 strikeouts now, that is 7 strikeouts looking for Brandon Valley here with just one out now and into game number 2 of the first inning. Rylan Carroll will come to the plate as he'll wait on the first pitch from Rounds. That'll be upstairs for ball 1. It is sun and shine out and left. George Stallion center, Jet Zabel in right. Carter Shufflebines at third. Dawson Getz at short. Grayson Hunsley at second. Matthew Brewer at first. Charlie Simpson behind the plates as Rounds delivers the 1-0 pitch that is upstairs, and the count's now 2-0. Yeah, Will Bunker that is on deck. It'll be his first plate appearance of the evening of the 2 games. 2-0 pitch that is outside. The count's now 3-0. A couple of years ago, the Governors were kind of in that spot right now where Brandon Valley, whether they feel that way or not, but just how this game has gone, that's coaching staff for Pierre, as that one's upstairs for ball 4, and it will be a 4-pitch walk. 3rd walk issued here in the inning for Rounds. And there's now runners at first and second here with 1 out. Will Bunker, the catcher, will come to the plate. He's 1 for 4 this week. Just a strikeout, but a lot of backwards Ks. Pierre was kind of in that spot a couple years ago that I remember talking with Dirk Campbell and how frustrated he was and the coaching staff was that even when you strike out, at least if you swing the bat, you give yourself a chance to hit the ball, but those backwards Ks are ones that are very frustrating to take. And for Brandon Valley, and probably feeling that same way right now here today with the fact that they've had 7 backwards Ks. Here's a ground ball to second baseman. Hunsley back in, flip to second for 1, back to first. It's not going to be in time. And it's going to be runners at first and third. Good scoop over there at first base by Matthew Brewer. Aiden Zer will get to third base, but Carroll is out at second, 4-6 on the fielder's choice. And Gindorf now will come to the plate when the runners are the corners and 2 down. And he's got a chance to extend this 2-0 lead, but for Rounds, a chance to maybe settle himself into this game a little bit. The first 3 guys reach base with a 2 RBI double from Aiden Zer, who now stands at third. But was able to get a backwards K of Jackson Adams. And then Rylan Carroll, who was retired on the Will Bunker fielder's choice. Courtesy runner for him over at first base as Gindorf will step to the plate. First pitch from Rounds. This will be a line shot into left field. That one will get a 2-hop off the wall. 1 run will come in to score. Stopping at third will be the courtesy runner. And it will be, as that is Braden Miller that's running for Will Bunker. And a RBI double to make it a 3-0 lead. That one coming from Gindorf. As Grady Gindorf was hitting for the first time all week. And it's second and third. And Braden Knutson now to the plate. 3-0 our score here in inning number 1. The second baseman, Knutson, a chance to extend the lead as this one is popped up. Shallow center field. Dawson gets backing up. He will call. He'll make the catch and retire the side here in the first inning. But 3 runs score on 2 hits in the inning. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. We've played 1 complete here at Aspen Park in game number 2. A 3-0 lead for Brandon Valley over Pierre. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Top of the second, a 3-0 lead for Brandon Valley on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And it will be 5, 6, and 7 here for the Governors. Matthew Brewer, Grayson Hunsley, and Carter Schuffelbein. Anybody reaches base, it'll be Sutton, Sun, and Shine. That will come to the plates. And the number 8 hitter in the order, he is playing left field. Defensively for Brandon Valley, it is Pat Jett out in left, Caleb Finn in center, and Chase Leary in right. Grady Gindorf at third, Aiden Zur at short, Brady Knutson at second, Jackson Adams at first, Will Bunker behind the plate. And on the mound is Rylan Carroll, who was able to work around a leadoff single. Stalley got all the way to third, but that is all he could do as the first pitch is swung on and popped up in foul territory. The first baseman is able to make the catch. Or did he not make the catch? I don't believe he did, so it's going to be just as Jackson Adams unable to make that play over there at first base. Bounced into his glove, but it's an 0-1 count, and Matthew Brewer gets a reprieve. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That is outside. The count's now 1-1. Again, that sun trying to set here at Aspen Park. That will give us a little bit more fits before we get to the end of this day, as that one will be cut on and missed by Brewer, and the count's now 1-2. Last time we were here for Legion baseball, it was, as that one will be inside, the count's now 2-2. We had the haze and the smoke from the Canadian wildfire that really made things almost eerie to play in. As this has popped up again, this will be fair territory. The second baseman into the grass, back into the infield turf, and Knutson will make the catch, and the leadoff man is retired here in the top of the second. And it will bring up now the number 6 hitter, Grayson Hunsley, the second baseman, who will get his first chance to swing the bats. 267 batting average for Grayson Hunsley, double, 3 runs driven in so far for the senior, as that one is fouled back to the netting, and the count's 0-1. So we had the smoke and the haze in the area that, again, made things a little eerie to play, because it felt like there was nothing else around, because it was hard to see anything outside the baseball field. That one will just miss for a strike, and the count's now 1-1, or just missed for now taken for a ball. The count is even at a ball and a strike here to Hunsley. The 1-1. This will be popped up on the right side again. Going to be tough play for the second baseman. Knutson going over. He'll make the catch going up the line. Back-to-back pop-outs to the second baseman. And there's now 2 down, and it brings up Carter Schuffelbein, the third baseman. He played in game number 1, but was hit for by Charlie Simpson, who was the DH. So now Schuffelbein, who is hitting 167, 1 for 6 so far, and a run scored, will come to the plate for the first time today. First pitch to the Governor third baseman. He'll launch that one out towards right center field, and that will get down for a base hit and go as far as maybe it looked like coming off the bat, but Schuffelbein will get a 2-out single, his second hit of the year, and it brings up Sun and Shine. Sun and Shine, last time that he hit in the lineup, he hit a home run. He's got the lone home run so far for the Governors. 4 RBIs, all coming on that 13-1 win. Pickoff attempt and back in safely without a tag is Schuffelbein over at first base. But Sun and Shine hitting 603 for 5 so far in the season. That one will miss outside for ball 1. And Dirk Campbell listening in tonight. Gonna give the old Go Cubs to me. Here's the 1-0 pitch. I got nothing to say about that. That is on the outside edge, and the count's now 1-1. Bad enough that I even said it out loud that he texted me that. But the count's 1-1 here to Sun and Shine. Talking about the haze and the smoke, as Sun and Shine will swing and miss, and the count's now 1-2. The last time we were here for high school baseball, it was a complete opposite of everything other than snow, but we were supposed to have a doubleheader. We ended up playing 1 game because it was going to be so cold that night and so windy that by the time the sun was going to set, there was no reason to try and play a second game, because it probably would have been disastrous for everybody. And I mean, I was in sweatpants, had short sweatpants, long socks, double socks, everything you can think of to try and stay warm broadcasting a baseball game that usually you wear maybe for a hockey game, and then you add on the wind on top of it. So we've seen the smoke and haze to really cold weather to now being picture perfect for middle of April. 2-2 pitch, the sun and shine again. That one will just miss, low and away, and the count's now 3-2. And that'll allow Schuffelbein to get a head start with a 3-2 count and 2 outs here in the top of the second inning when the Governors down 3-0. 3-2 pitch on its way upstairs for ball 4, and it's now first and second to bring up the number 9 hitter in Dawson Getz. Shortstop for the Governors, hitting in the 9 spot for game 1 and 2. He went 0 for 2. Drew a walk in the top of the 7th inning, but unable to score in that 7th inning. Part of that 1-2-3 double play. He was not a part of it, as that one's cut on and missed for strike 1. But he had walked to make it first and second at the time and end up being bases loaded before. Again, that double play that ended the inning made things pretty interesting. This will be foul back to the netting, and the count's 0-2 now here to Getz. And a strike away here for Carroll to get himself out of this second inning. A 2-out single by Schuffelbein, then a followed walk by Suddenshine. And now it's Getz trying to drive in a run here for the Governors. 0-2 pitch. That one will miss. It'll get to the backstop. Both runners will move up 90 feet. And it's second and third with 2 outs. And the Governors, Dawson Getz gets a base hit. That 3-0 lead will quickly evaporate to a 3-2 game. So Schuffelbein at third, Sun and Shine at second. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball on the left side. Coming up is Zer to field it short. The throw to first will be in time, and will retire the side here in the top of the second inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We have played an inning and a half. Pierre is down 3-0 to Brandon Valley. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is
Wagner
fulfilling?
Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. Plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com. Yag Air Incorporated is your locally owned ag chemical and seed retailer. Yag Air Incorporated offers reliable ground and aerial application. For the latest seed and chemical pricing, contact Kyle at 605-280-8710 or Tony at 605-280-4771. Yag Air for all your ag chemical and seed needs. Kyle 605-280-8710 or Tony 605-280-4771.
It is the bottom of the second. The Pierre Governors are down 3-0 on the American Family Insurance and Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard, as the Govs are looking for a doubleheader sweep of the Lynx and then get themselves ready to go against the Jefferson Cavaliers tomorrow, who picked up a win earlier tonight over their opponents in the Grand Forks Central. They won 11-0 over Grand Forks Central. That was their 4th game of the week as well. They played 4 single games as the first pitch is popped up right side. Jet Zabel will come in from right field. He'll make the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out. As the number 9 man in Paget is retired on the first pitch, and it'll bring up the top of the order now for Caleb Finn, who walked in his first trip to the plate. Finn walked and then scored on the 2 RBI double from Aiden Zer. Before the RBI double from Gindorf that scored Zer to make it 3-0 as the first pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Finn has been the best hitter at the plate for Brandon Valley, as he has not been retired yet. He's only 1 for 1, but he's drawn 2 walks and has only 3 plate appearances so far. As that one will miss low and inside. The count's now 2-0. was the only guy to reach base twice in that first game. As this will be popped up on the right side, foul territory. Matthew Brewer going back, and then he will try the basket catch, but it will land foul. And both first basemen have had problems over there trying to track a ball in foul territory. So the count's 2-1, and Caleb Finn will have a new life at the plate. Chase Leary and then Aiden Zer will follow if either of the two get on base. 2-1 pitch. This will be fouled out of play behind home plate, and the count's now 2-2. Temperature's not really dropping quite yet. It's 58 degrees here in Brandon. Still feels like 56, so it's been a still relatively really nice night for baseball. That one will just be upstairs, and the count's now 3-2. Winds are out of the southwest at only 4 miles an hour, gusting at 7. Every once in a while you can hear that wind come through, but looking for an 80-degree day tomorrow. Here, that one is upstairs, and that'll be a walk issued to Caleb Finn. And that's the 4th time that he's been on base on 4 trips to the plate. They've walked him 3 times between the 2 games. So now here is Chase Leary. He also walked in his first trip to the plate. As Rounds now will have to work from the stretch. Their long pause. First pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner. Again, tomorrow we got coverage 11:45 in the morning with the 12 o'clock first pitch. Pierre taking on the Jefferson Cavaliers in a doubleheader from the Sanford Sports Complex. First time that the Governors, as that one is up the ladder and swinging and missing, is Leary, and the count's now 0-2. But the first time that the Governors will play out there at that new Sanford Sports Complex, so we're excited for that. It's an all-turf field. This will be popped up on the right side. Brewer will give it a look, but that will get out of play. And the count remains at 0-2. So the infielders won't have much of a different look. Maybe that turf might be a little bit harder and might play just a little bit faster than this one. It'll probably be about the same for both sides. But then you go to the outfield, that will be a much different look for these outfielders that usually don't have to worry about the turf. This will get to the backstop underneath the glove and the block of Charlie Simpson, and a wild pitch will get the runner to second base with the 1-2 count now and 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. That ball will move a lot quicker than those outfielders. Anything that hits the ground in front of them will take a higher hop, potentially even a hop that might go over their head, compared to where they're at right now here in Brandon with the fact that the infield is turfed and a couple of feet into the outfield. There's a line shot right back up the middle. Rounds has to duck as it will be a base hit. Then it got underneath the glove of Stalley and rolling all the way out towards the wall. Rounding second on his way to third is going to be Leary. He will be held up as he was picking up a lot of speed rounding second base. Coach Van Heel will hold him at third, but it's a 4-0 lead. It's an RBI single for Chase Leary, and ends up being a 2 bases on the air to George Stalley. But an RBI for Leary, and it's now a 4-0 advantage for Brandon Valley here on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. And Aiden Zer can add to it. Has already got 2 RBIs here in this game as that first pitch is fouled back to the screen. And the count's 0-1. 4-0 in the bottom of the second. Runner on third with 1 out. 4 hits now in the ball game for Brandon Valley. There's a swing and a miss. And it's now 0-2 the count. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Rounds. Chopping at it. It's going to drive in the run. It's going to be a tough play for Getz in front of second base behind the mound. The throw to first will be in time. Really good play from Dawson Getz at short, but a run does score on the RBI ground out from Aiden Zer. And that error does come back to haunt the Governors, with it now being a 5-0 advantage. And there's 2 down now here in the bottom of the second. I want to apologize. I told you that Leary had drew a walk in his first trip. He actually singled. Again, my handwriting for myself is sometimes hard to read. Leary is 2 for 2. Now has an RBI, and now it's 4 RBIs for Aiden Zer. Make that 3 RBIs for Aiden Zer, and the count's 2-0. Here to Jackson Adams, who struck out looking in his first trip to the plate. So 5-0 advantage here for Brandon Valley in the bottom of the second. That'll miss inside. The count's now 3-0. And with nobody on and 2 outs, Trevor Rounds up to work his way all the way back to try and avoid putting runners back on late in the second inning. That will be taken for a strike. Adams was taking all the way at the inside edge. Count now 3-1. Here to Jackson Adams. Again, hit a home run in game number 1. The only run that scored for Brandon Valley. 3-1 pitch. That maybe hits Jackson Adams. It did. Either way, it was going to be a ball 4. But it is a runner on first now with 2 away. And here is Rylan Carroll that can help himself out. He walked, and then his spot in the order was the courtesy runner for him, and being retired on a fielder's choice. First pitch, ground ball back up the middle. That is fielded by Getz behind the bag. The throw to first is in time, and 2 really good plays there from Getz. One in front of the second base bag, and the other behind the second base bag, as he retires Rylan Carroll to end the second inning. 2-run score in the inning. On just 1 hit, there was 1 error, and 1 man left on base. 2 completes here in game number 2, a 5-0 lead for Brandon Valley over Pierre. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
There's only a split second to decide if the pitch is good or not. With skill, some luck, and a prayer, the bat connects. The ball goes soaring over the fence. The sense of joy and excitement is contagious as we cheer for another Pierre home run. This is Pastor Sam of Faith Lutheran Church. I want to invite you to join us to experience the joy of worshiping God. We thank Him for the home run moments we have in our lives. We hear His comfort and peace when it feels like we've struck out. We're glad to see you at Faith Lutheran Church.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
Back here as we welcome you to the top of the third inning at Aspen Park. A 5-0 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. It is going to be the top of the order, George Stalley, Charlie Simpson, and Jet Zabel, the first 3 hitters. Anybody reaches base, it'll then be Nolan Peterson, the number 4 hitter. First pitch. This will be skied up in the air. That will be out of play. And will land in between fields B and C here at Aspen Park. The count's 0-1 here to Stalley, who singled to lead off the ball game. In the first pitch that you saw, he's seen only 2 pitches and swung at both of them. He's showing bunt, and he'll pop this one up. That will get to the netting as it was foul, and the count's now 0-2. 0-2 count here to Stalley. With the leadoff man at the top of the third inning. 0-2 pitch, just missing, low and away, and the count's now 1-2. Here to Stalley. Gonna get something moving here for the Governors, down 5-0 here in the top of the third inning. 1-2 pitch. That'll be taken for strike 3, and Stalley will go down for the first out here in the top of the third. So one down, and it's now Charlie Simpson who grounded out to the second baseman in his first at-bats. First pitch will hit him in the back. Hit him right on the keister. And Simpson is on with one on and one out. And we'll get a courtesy runner as Cade Kaiser will make his way out there.
Number 12, Jet Zabel.
Kaiser ran a couple times in. He got caught stealing in the second inning, ran for Ridge Lineback, and then was also thrown out trying to take third before the pitch got to the plate, as the first pitch will miss in low and inside of Jet Zabel. And for Kaiser, I think, that getting picked off between second and third is one where he would like to have it over again. But for a guy that as competitive as Kaiser is and has not been able to be a part of, be in the game, he's had to be more of a coach over these couple weeks. As the 2-0 pitch is upstairs and the count's now 3-0. Your juices are going a little bit more because you're finally in the game and you want to make a difference. You try to make the difference. 3-0 pitch is over for a strike and the count's now 3-1. And you get a little bit antsy sometimes, and did not affect the Governors in the outcome as a 3-1 pitch is upstairs, and after a hit batter, it's now a one-out walk issued to Zabel, and his first and second with one away. Then brings up Nolan Peterson. And then Kaiser, too, on Tuesday had the ball that got to the backstop at Huron and went from first to third because he got a good jump off the pitch that was going to miss and miss in the dirt. As that one will miss low and away to Nolan Peterson. The count's now 1-0, and the speed that he has and the fact that he was able to find his way or get the wheels going, was able to get from first to third, and that made a big difference because in that at-bat, he ended up scoring on a ground out. That one will be at the top of the zone to Peterson, taking for a strike, and the count's now 1-1. The runners at first and second, and one down here in the top of the third. Nolan Peterson trying to inch the Governors closer here. That one will miss low, and the count's now 2-1. Rylan Carroll trying to work around his batter in a walk in this top of the third inning and give a chance for the Governors to get on the scoreboard, for Carroll to keep the Governors off the scoreboard. 2-1 pitch, that was fouled back to the netting, and the count is now at 2-2 strikes. Peterson, who flew out to the center fielder in his first at-bat, looking for his second hit today. After picking up a hit, going 1 for 3 in game number 1. 2-2 pitch, that one is popped foul. That will get out of play. And the count remains at 2-2 strikes. Kaiser leads away from second. Zabel at first. Here comes the 2-2. This will be fouled into the mid to the catcher and a strikeout of Peterson. Second strikeout of the inning for Rylan Carroll. Third strikeout overall today, and it's now Matthew Brewer up to him to try and drive in the Governors' first run. First pitch is over for strike one. And what Pierre has struggled to do, other than that Ridge Lineback 2 RBI double, is hit with runners in scoring position. With Kaiser at second base, a strikeout. Governors have really struggled hitting with runners in scoring position, and that is not like the Governors who had in the first 6 games of the year. I mean, they're hitting closer to 400 with runners in scoring position than with 300 or 200 with runners in scoring position, as that one misses, and the count's now 1-2 here to Brewer. But today, the pitching staff of the Brandon Valley Lynx have done a really good job of keeping the Governors at bay with runners in scoring position. 1-2 pitch. That'll miss low, and the count's now 2-2. And the deuces are wild here in the top of the third. 2 on and 2 out, and a 2-2 pitch upcoming. To the first baseman, Matthew Brewer, who's trying to get the Governors. Well, the swing of the bat, he can pull the Governors within 2. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball, third base side. Easy play over at third base for the third baseman in Gindorf to take, and that will retire the side here in the top of the third inning. No runs on no hits. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. We have the bottom of the third. Pierre Governors are down 5-0 on American Family Insurance. Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard to Brandon Valley. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
What? Hey, hold the ladder! Hold the ladder!
Yeah, that hurt. And there are epic moments.
Slide, slide, slide! Go it! Slide!
Class of 1995! When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Form, function, finesse. The all-new 2024 all-wheel drive Ford Escape is now on sale at Capital City Ford for $32,000 with up to $2,250 in rebates. If you're looking for adaptable interiors ready for your daily adventures, whether it's a trip to the grocery store, to a spontaneous road trip, and everywhere in between, Capital City Ford has you covered. Payments are as low as $385 with Ford Credit Flex Buy program. For more information and details, contact a sales professional at Capital City Ford. Check out their full vehicle lineup at CapitalCityFord.com. Capital City Ford in Pierre.
So Will Bunker will come to the plate, but the Governors will have a new man on the mound to start off this third inning. As we'll get you exactly who that is. The sun causing fits for me. I believe it is Weston Northrup that will be on the mound for the Governors. First pitch to Will Bunker. That one is fouled away for strike one. So 5-0 advantage for the Brandon Valley Lynx here in the bottom of the third inning. Weston Northrup, the new man on the mound. And this is his first varsity action as this is flown out into center field, and George Stalley will camp underneath it. And the man is retired in Bunker to lead off the bottom of the third. And that'll bring up now Grady Gindorf, who had an RBI double in his first at-bat. Trevor Rounds goes 2 innings, giving up 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 4 walks, and 1 strikeouts on 43 pitches, so he will be unavailable to throw tomorrow. And here's Weston Northrup throwing the first pitch, who is a line shot into center field. Stalley going over, dives, and he makes the catch. Fantastic effort by George Stalley to make that diving grab, and there's 2 down here at the bottom of the third. 3 pitches and 2 outs for Weston Northrup. And it's Braden Knutson now, but Stalley might have had the wind got knocked out of him. He is still down out there in center field. Hope that he is okay. As I believe it's Coach Sherrill that's running out to check on him. And he is on one knee right now. Coach Sherrill is talking to him. I think maybe he didn't get the wind knocked out of him. He's seems to be okay. You make a nice diving play. That can happen. It can happen rather quickly. What a great catch by George Stalley out there out in center. And there's 2 down now here in the bottom of the third. And Braden Knutson will come to the plate. Stalley made 2 catches in back-to-back pitches. So now here is Knutson, who is 0 for 1. First pitch is over for strike one on the 4th pitch of the inning from Weston Northrup. who's going to throw a lot of strikes. He's around the strike zone. He's going to make you hit the ball. 0-1 pitch. This will be popped up. How about a 5-pitch inning here for Weston Northrup on his first varsity outing? It takes 5 pitches, gets the 3 outs and a fly ball to the left fielder, and caught by Sun and Shine, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We head to the top of the 4th. Still 5-0 lead for the Brandon Valley Lynx over the Pierre Governors. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
As we welcome you back here, top of the 4th inning, Pierre Governors are down 5-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Grayson Hunsley will lead things off. Hunsley, Schuffelbein, and Sun and Shine. 6, 7, and 8 here for the Governors. As the junior Weston Northrup threw just 5 pitches in his first varsity outing to retire the side in order, and Hunsley will take ball 1. Rylan Carroll was able to work around runners at first and second and 1 out in the top of the 3rd to still have 3 scoreless innings so far. That pitch will just miss for a ball, and the count's 2-0 here to Hunsley. He's 0 for 1. He popped down to the second baseman in his first at-bat. 2-0 pitch. That'll be upstairs into the backstop, and the count's now 3-0. With Schuffelbein on deck. Then to Sun and Shine. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 error for the Governors. 5 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for Brandon Valley. That one will miss for ball 4, and a 4-pitch walk to open up the top of the 4th inning. And the Governors have something going with Hunsley on at first. So here is Carter Schuffelbein. He singled into right center field in his first at-bat. As he'll wait on the first pitch. After a 4-pitch walk, he'll take strike 1 from Carroll. We'll see what the bottom of the order can do. 7, 8, 9 right now here for the Governors with 1 on and nobody out. There's a line shot and a base hit for Schuffelbein. He's 2 for 2 right through the hole on the left side. That get past the left fielder. So rounding third is Hunsley. He's going to come in to score. Schuffelbein on his way to third. The throw coming in. He slides in safely without a play. And the Governors are on the board. It will be a base hit for Schuffelbein and then a 2-base error on the fielding error from the left fielder Padgett. And it's now a 5-1 ball game. And Pierre is 90 feet away from making it a 5-2 game. So no RBI credited to Schuffelbein, but hit the ball hard to go now 2 for 2. As the first pitch is missing for ball 1. And the air charge to the left fielder. Now we get a mound visit with activity out in the right field bullpen. See if we can find the number on who that might be. That'll be Will Van Leer that is out there warming up for the Brandon Valley Lynx. The entire infield is in on this mound visit. 5-1 now with the second run just 90 feet away. Schuffelbein's got 2 of the 3 hits right now for the Governors. Stalley has the only other hit, and that one came in the very first pitch of the game to lead off the top of the first. Mound visit quickly ends. Trying to get Van Leer a chance to warm up out in the right field bullpen. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Sun and Shine will take it for a strike. The count's now 1-1. Sun setting out beyond right field and foul territory. 1-1 pitch is over for a strike, and the count's now 1-2 here to Sun and Shine. He drew a walk in his first trip to the plate. Dawson Getz is waiting on deck with nobody out, and this will be chopped off the plate, fielded by the pitcher. The throw to first from Carroll will be low, but to Adams, and to retire Sun and Shine. And that keeps Scheffelbein over at third base. And there is now one down for Dawson Getz, who is 0 for 1 with a ground out to the shortstop, his counterpart, and Aiden Zur in his first trip to the plate. First pitch from Carroll to Getz. Ground ball up the middle. That'll score the run and get through for a base hit. It's a 5-2 ball game. Getz now 1 for 2 on the day here in game number 2. And an RBI single makes it 5-2. And the Governors are right back into the ball game here. It's back to the top of the order for George Staley, who is coming into this inning after making a highlight reel catch out in center field. As Getz now will get his lead at first. Staley swings to the first pitch. He is not wasting any time when he comes to the plate. And I like how George Staley comes up swinging at the first pitch. You know, a lot of times, if you're going to get a fastball on that first pitch, especially the leadoff man, it's probably going to be the best pitch that you see, as the count's now 0-2, and Staley now has to battle down 0-2 in the count. You don't wait for that first strike. Some guys, they hit better. They feel like mentally they hit better after they see at least a pitch, whether it be a strike or a ball. There's some guys like George Staley says, let me take a hack at that first pitch. I don't need to see anything else. I want to swing the bat as fast as I can. Counts 0-2. 0-2 pitch. Staley will try and check his swing, but it was called a strike, and that will be a strikeout of Staley. He's now 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, and it will bring up now the number 2 hitter, Charlie Simpson. A runner on first and 2 down here in the top of the 4th, as that'll be on the outside edge for a strike, and Carroll's starting to find a rhythm here in this 4th inning. Even though 2 runs have scored. Now pickoff move, and standing back up at the bag at first without a tag is Getz, who has the RBI to get the Governors within 3. 5-2 our score. 0-1 pitch. Simpson will pop this one up foul. That'll get out of play, and the count's now 0-2. And Rylan Carroll trying to get out of this inning with minimal damage. Carroll delivers the 0-2 pitch. Simpson with a line shot, but that's going to be caught by the second baseman, Knutson. And that will end the top of the 4th inning, but not before 2-run score on 2 hits in the inning, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. After 3.5, it is a 5-2 lead for Brandon Valley over Pierre. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
It is the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Pierre Governors are down 5-2 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And for Brandon Valley, it will be 9-1-2. Colton Paget, Caleb Finn, and Chase Leary, the first 3 hitters. With Aiden Zur then waiting.
That is left fielder number 13, Colton Paget.
If any of the 3 get on, it will be Aiden Zur. So Paget is 0 for 1, flew out to the right fielder Zabel in his first trip to the plate. Weston Northrup, who threw 5 pitches and got 3 outs in that third inning, delivers the first pitch, swinging and fouling it away. It is Paget. Northrup's going to throw strikes. He's going to make you put the ball in play, and we saw that in the last inning. Kind of got a chance to talk about it, but as it went so quick, and couldn't really tell you and saying, yes, it's exactly what Weston Northrup wants to do, as that one just will miss as it goes low out of the strike zone. I mean, he did what I was trying to say that he was wanting to do because didn't get the chance to get all the way through there. 1-1 pitch. This will be fouled out of play, and the count's now 1-2. Not going to waste a whole lot of time. Get up there, throw strikes, be consistent in the zone. Not going to overpower you, but he's going to make you swing the bats. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one will bounce in. The count's now 2-2. Really reminds you of a guy like Isaac Pollock, who was never overpowering, but he was always throwing strikes, always inducing ground balls, pop-ups, mixing speeds, mixing locations. As the 2-2 just misses, and the count's now 3-2. Pollock, a couple years ago, and it was his senior year, he threw a complete game in under 80 pitches. As there's a swing and a miss, there's a strikeout for Northup. There's one down to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning, and back to the top of the order for Caleb Finn, who has been on base every time he's come to the plate. He's 0 for 0 in this game with 2 walks, 1 for 1 with a single and a walk in the last game. Only guy for Brandon Valley that has not been retired at any point. And there's a ground ball up the middle for a base hit, and he will remain perfect on the day at the plate. He's 1 for 1 on base for the 5th time today. There's 1 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th for Chase Leary. Leary has an RBI single back in the bottom of the 2nd. At that point, made it a 4-0 ball game. It was 5-0 after 2 innings, now a 5-2 score. As Northrop will work from the stretch for the first time. First pitch will miss outside for ball 1. Got 3 fly ball outs in the first in his first inning of work for Northrop. Here is the 1-0 pitch. Runner takes off. Pitch is taken for a strike. The throw to second. Scoops in. The tag got him out at seconds. Taken for a strike in a caught stealing. Simpson with a strong throw. Kept it low for it to bounce into Grayson Hunsley, who was able to put the tag on. And there's now 2 down and nobody on here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And a 1-1 count. So back to the windup. And a strike thrown in, and the count's now 1-2. Chance to get out of this inning here quickly for Northrop. 1-2 pitch. There's a fly ball, left field, going back. Stalley still going back in front of the fence. He'll make the catch. Unconventional 3-up, 3-down inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, but no one left on base. 4 completes here in Brandon Valley. It's a 5-2 lead for the Lynx after 4 innings. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
It is Will Van Leur on the mound here now for the Brandon Valley Lynx as we open up the top of the 5th inning 4 innings of work for Rylan Carroll, and he will turn things over to the bullpen. And we'll get you the totals for Carroll, who went 4 innings and gave up just those 2 runs, and one of them might be unearned. The fact that there was the error that helped get one of those runs into score. But it is 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk or 1 earned run, 3 walks and 4 strikeouts on 70 pitches for Rylan Carroll. And he will turn things over now to Will Van Loer, who will deal with 3, 4, and 5 for the Governors, who are trying to make a 5-run comeback in this game, as they are down 5-2 right now on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine Agency scoreboard. Zabel, Peterson, and Brewer. Anybody reaches base, it'll then go to Grayson Hunsley. And then anybody outside, if 2 guys reach base, it'll go to Shufflebine, who has got 2 of the 4 hits for the Governors right now. Again, tomorrow we start coverage around 11:45 with the first pitch scheduled for 12 o'clock between Pierre and Jefferson. It'll be at the Sanford Complex. It'll be the 3rd to last road game, and the last road game before we get the home opener next week, Friday. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. And Zabel, who is 0 for 1, he struck out swinging and also drew a walk. We'll wait on the 1-0 pitch from Van Loer. That is over first strike. The count's now 1-1. Zabel, Peterson, and Brewer. First 3 hitters here in the top of the 5th as we start to get late here in game number 2. That is outside. The count's now 2-1. Several of these guys here today will not be with the Governors tomorrow. They will be taking the ACT. As Zabel will sky this out to center field into somewhat left center field, and playing it perfect was Finn. He barely had to move. And the leadoff man is retired to kick off the top of the 5th inning. And it will bring up now Nolan Peterson, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Peterson, who caught game number 1. He is the DH in game number 2. With Simpson, who was DHing in game 1, the catcher in game number 2. First pitch to Peterson. That'll be high and inside for ball 1. But several guys will be taking the ACT tomorrow, Ridge Linebach being one of them, Trevor Rounds being another one. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That'll miss low, and the count's now 2-0. A couple of those guys taking off early, too, with obviously Linebach having himself a great game with a 2 RBI double and then a 7-inning complete game, as Peterson will pop this one up left side. It will come in for the left fielder and Apache to make the catch, and there's 2 down here at the top of the 5th. And then we'll bring up now Matthew Brewer, and they'll make that J.J. Buchholz that will come to the plate.
First baseman number 30, Matthew Brewer.
So J.J. Buchholz will enter the ball game for Matthew Brewer. And for J.J. Buchholz, he's looking for his first hit here still in the season. First pitch is over for strike 1. 0 for 6 in total. Here's the 0-1. That'll be missing low, and the count's now 1-1. But for Linebach and Rounds to both throw today, that helps out knowing that you can use them today, and they wouldn't be available to pitch tomorrow. And you work around the weekend with that. As the count's now 2-1, and again, Linebach was fantastic at the plates and on the mound, getting the 2 RBIs with the Governors' 2-1 win, and then throwing all 7 innings. And the only blemish was that solo shot. This will be popped up, foul territory, first base side. Adams will make the catch. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Van Loer out of the bullpen. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Still a 5-2 lead for Brandon Valley over Pierre. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our...
Ferding Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Ferding Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Ferding Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Ferding Electric, 224-8684.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified.
Call True Green, 224-1916.
Bottom of the fifth inning, Pierre Governors down 5-2 in the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And it will be 3, 4, and 5. Aiden Zur, Jackson Adams, and Rylan Carroll against Western Northrop, who has thrown 16 pitches in 2 innings. A nice average of 8 pitches per inning. That's going to be very nice. That's a very nice average to have. You're throwing under 10 pitches an inning. You're putting yourself in a pretty good spot. First pitch, ground ball, gets in the hole, backhands, long throw to first is in time. 1 pitch and 1 out. So solid play from Getz, who has looked very comfortable out at the shortstop here in this doubleheader. And Jackson Adams now will come to the plate. So Zur grounds out. He's now 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs with 2 ground outs. But it is now Jackson Adams, who is 0 for 1. Struck out and was hit by a pitch. First pitch to him. He'll swing and line that one foul down the third base line, and the count's 0-1. It'll be Rylan Carroll, then Will Bunker. If Adams or Carroll get on base. Here's the 0-1. That one is foul the back. That'll get out of play. Actually landed in the seats here at First National Bank Field after it hit the awning and dropped down. So the count's 0-2. Looking for a quick strikeout of Adams. 0-2 pitch. Hard ground ball again. That's going to get through this time. Up the middle for a base hit. Adams will pick up his first hits in the ball game. He's now 1 for 2, and there's 1 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth. And then brings up Rylan Carroll, who is 0 for 1. He is now the DH in this game. So again, you got listed as a pitcher DH. So when you did come out of the game, you weren't going to be taken out of the batting order, and he can DH the rest of the way. Here's the first pitch to Carroll. He'll pop this one up, foul right side. Buckles will give it a look, but that won't get out of play. And the count's 0-1. Carroll is 0 for 1. He walked in the first and then grounded out in the second. He was courtesy ran for in the first. Now will no longer be able to be courtesy ran for. Only Will Bunker, who is on deck, would be the only guy that could be courtesy ran for, as that one's upstairs, and the count's now 1-1. Tomorrow we've got, again, Pierre Governor Baseball, 11:45 with a 12 o'clock first pitch, a doubleheader. And then we've got the Frozen Four National Championship game between Boston College and Denver. This one is flown out towards right center field. Long run for everybody. That's going to get down in the gap, and Zabel will fire it to third, which will allow the runner to take second. Wasn't a bad throw from Zabel. It just didn't quite get there in time, but the runner takes advantage of the throw going to third. It will be a single for Carroll and advancing to third on the throw. And it's Will Bunker that's got a chance to get those 2 runs back that the Governors scored in the top of the 4th inning to try and get back up by 5. And not sure. Home plate umpire was looking at baseballs with Charlie Simpson behind the plate. I don't know if he was maybe giving George Staley some time out in center, but everything seems to be okay. But here's Will Bunker. First pitch to him. He'll swing and foul that one out of play. And the count goes to 0-1. Bunker is 0 for 2. He ground into a fielder's choice, and then he flew onto the center fielder. So looking for his first base hit, or at least a fly ball to try and drive in one of these 2 runs. A 1 pitch just outside. The count's even at a ball and a strike. And Sunday here on KCCR, we'll have Colorado and Vegas NHL action for you, heading into the final couple days of the regular season. Then Sunday Night Baseball as well for the Padres and Dodgers. This will bounce in. Simpson blocks it up just to his left and easily able to walk over to it and keep those runners at second and third. Good block there from the catcher, Simpson. We'll have the NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs all starting into the coming weeks. This will be a flown out towards right field. Zabel will get underneath it. He'll make the catch. The tag, the runner going to third. The throw from Hunsley will not be in time. And the run will come in and tag and score from third. It's a 6-2 lead now for Brandon Valley. And there's 2 outs with a runner on third here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So both runners are able to tag. Carroll now over at third, an RBI sac fly.
Third baseman, number 15, Grady Gindorf.
And now here's Grady Gindorf, who does have an RBI double. And he's got a chance to, again, to extend this to a 5-run lead where it was after 2 innings. First pitch, ground ball on the left side. That one's off of Getz. That'll be a 2-out error. That will make it a 7-2 ball game. And the inning will continue. No RBI credited to Gindorf on this one, but Governors will have their second error of the ball game. So it's now 7-2, and it's Braden Knutson who's 0 for 2.
Second baseman, number 35, Brady Knutson.
A runner on first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Dropping down a bunt the third base line, and that will be foul, and the count's 0-1. Here to Knutson, who has popped out to short and also flown out to left. So 1 unearned run scoring in this 5th inning against Weston Northrop. And a balk is called against Northrop. And I think they're trying to say, and the umpires are talking if there was time called before then, so Northrop maybe didn't step off. I didn't see what he did. But a balk does move the runner to second and gives Brandon Valley another runner in scoring position. Something must have happened with Northrop coming set and then moving his shoulders before he stepped off. The count's 2-1. Actually, it's 0-1. There's a line shot. That'll get through for a base hit. Another run will come in to score. And it's now an 8-2 ball game. An RBI single for Braden Knutson. 6-run lead, largest of the day for Brandon Valley. And number 9 hitter now. That
number 36, Luke Smart.
will be number 36 and Luke Smart. That will hit for Colton Paget. So Paget went 0 for 2. His day is done. The left fielder is replaced by Smart. And the ground ball will be foul down the first base side of the first base dugout. Count is 0-1. Here to Luke Smart. Runner on first with 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Swing and a miss. Smart was well out in front of that off-speed pitch, and a good job to pull the string by Northrop, and the count's 0-2. Chance to finish off this inning. Northrop trying to get out of this and get the Governors a couple chances here. 0-2 pitch. That one is flown out towards left center field. Sun and Shine will call for it. He will make the catch and retire the side here in the bottom of the 5th inning. But 3-run score in the inning. On 3 hits, there was an error. And one man left on base. After 5, it is a 8-2 lead for Brandon Valley over Pierre. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified.
Call True Green, 224-1916.
Springtime has arrived. Service and Parts Department at Buck Motor Company want to remind you to get your vehicle serviced early to avoid any breakdowns and service-related frustrations. Get up to $100 mail-in rebate on a set of 4 tires, along with 4 free oil changes, a $400 value. All AC Delco Marine batteries starting at $134.95 and come with an 18-month warranty. Take $15 off a light detail. Spray in bed liners, $635 on long beds and $595 on short beds. See all our specials at www.beck-motors.com. It is the top of the 6th inning, and the Pierre Governors are down 8-2 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. And it will be 6, 7, and 8 to Grayson Hunsley, Carter Shufflebine, and Sutton Sunshine. He might reach his base. It'll be Dawson Getz, as Van Loer was able to get a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 5th. And they're 6 outs away from splitting the doubleheader with the Governors. And Pierre, again, I think both wins, or both teams that they split, will be happy with they split. With the fact that Brandon Valley will move to 4-2, and they're going to win a lot of games this year. They're a good baseball team, always very competitive baseball team. And the Governors, who would be then to 6-3, you feel like they're going to be winning a lot of baseball games too. So both these teams will be happy to pick up a split to get at least a win against a quality baseball squad. That 1-0 pitch will bounce in, spiked by Van Loer, and the count's 2-0. 60 feet 6 inches. That went about 50 feet 6 inches. Missed the plate by about 10. Counts 2-0 though here to Grayson Hunsley. 2-0 pitch. That one just missing, maybe a little bit low and outside. The count's now 3-0. Where we sit here in the little patio suite that they have up here at Aspen Park, a little offline from home plate. So that one is over for a strike. That was right down the middle. You can tell that one. Those low and outside spots, especially to right-handed hitters, kind of blocked by the umpire and by the catcher to see exactly how close they are. 3-1 count here to Grayson Hunsley. That'll bounce in, and that will be ball 4, and that'll be the second time that Hunsley has walked. And now he gives way to Carter Shufflebine, who is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Hunsley scored the last time that Shufflebine came to the plate after he hit a hard line shot into left field. They got past the left fielder in Paget, and then Shufflebine, or Hunsley, was able to get around and score. Shufflebine ended up at third. Here's the 0-1, or the first pitch. That one will miss low for ball 1. 3-run first, 2-run second, and a 3-run fifth. The scoring for Brandon Valley, a 2-run 4th inning. The only scoring for the Pierre Governors. The 1-0 to Shufflebine. That will catch the outside edge, and the count's 1-1. 2 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors for the Governors. 8 runs on 8 hits and an error for Brandon Valley. Governors have stranded 6 runners so far. Brandon Valley has stranded 4 runners. 1-1. That one comes high and tight. Shufflebine will have to turn away from it. Got out of the way, and the count's now 2-1. Hunsley leads away from first. 2-1 pitch. That one's cued off the end of the bat. It's going to be a tough play here for anybody. Tag made. The throw to first. It's a double play. A 4-3 double play with the tag applied by the second baseman in Knudsen. And a really good play on a ball that had to be tough to feel with the spin off of it off the end of the bat from Shufflebine. And a tag by Knudsen. The throw to first to just get Shufflebine at first. And it's 2 down here in the top of the 6th. And it brings up Sutton Sunshine. He'll watch that first pitch, take it for a strike. Couldn't pull the trigger. The count's 0-1. Dawson Getz, who has an RBI single. He is waiting on deck, trying to get a shot to hit here in the 6th inning. Governors have to claw their way back from a 6-run deficit, but now down to their final 4 outs in game number 2. 8-2 is our score here with 2 outs at the top of the 6th inning. And Sun and Shine out towards left center field. That's a long run, but the left fielder will get over to make the play, and Luke Smart, and that retires his side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. 8-2 lead for Brandon Valley over Pierre. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
If you're like a lot of South Dakotans, you've made a purchase online for services or products and have had no issues. Unfortunately, scammers view the internet as their playground, and they're constantly deploying new scams to attempt to take your hard-earned funds. Fraudulent websites have grown by leaps. Consumers and businesses need to check all aspects of a website before making any type of purchase. Questions regarding this scam should be directed to South Dakota Attorney General's Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Well, Dawson Getz will be on the mound here at the bottom of the 6th inning as he'll take over for Weston Northrup. And I believe Parker O'Brien has moved over to third base with the Shufflebein then shifting over to shorts. Try to say that 5 times fast, but it is going to be Dawson Getz now on the mound, and he will be the third pitcher used by the Pierre Governors here in game number 2. We'll tell you exactly the changes, but I believe it is just O'Brien that will move over, which would take over the place of Nolan Peterson. In the batting order, with Peterson being the DH and O'Brien then moving in to hit in his spot, which he would be due up 5th in the top of the 7th inning. But it will be the top of the order for the Brandon Valley Lynx. So a chance for them to add on to this lead, but Dawson Getz will have his chance to throw for the first time this season. Yeah, it is Parker O'Brien over at third. And Shufflebein is over at short. And those are the changes as the first pitch will miss for ball 1 from the junior Dawson Getz, who is on the hill for the first time this year. This will be off the end of the bat. Grayson Hunsley will play it on a hop. Have to make a strong throw. It's not going to be in time. It'll get to the first base dugout. And it did go out of play, even though it bounced back in. It had gone off of the dugout, somewhere in the dugout. And it ends up being an error charge to Grayson Hunsley. And not how you wanted to start this bottom of the 6th inning. With Chase Leary now to the plate.
Also not pitching for the Governors. Dawson Getz.
But an error charge to Hunsley, and now it's a chance for Brandon Valley to add on to their 6-run lead. So Parker O'Brien will hit in Nolan Peterson's spot. If we get to that point in the 7th inning, the Governors will have to have at least 2 guys reach base for O'Brien to get a chance to hit. First pitch swinging, ground ball, left side. Shufflebein will field it short. His throw, that was smooth from Shufflebein in front of the bag at second. There's one down here in the bottom of the 6th, but the runner does move up to third on the 6-3 ground out. And now here's Aiden Zern. A good play from Caleb Finn, who was at second. You know, that's the first time he technically would have been retired, but he was still reaching an error. As Zern will line this one into left center field for a base hit to make it a 9-2 ball game. Zern has now got his 4th RBI in this game. And he scores Finn, who has scored 3 times as well in game number 2. And a 9-2 lead now for Brandon Valley. And it brings up Jackson Adams, who is 1 for 2. He singled it back in the 5th inning. Get you a total here of Weston Northrup in just a moment. As the first pitch to Adams, he'll swing at that one, and it's been free swinging over the last 2 pitchers, which Weston Northrup, while he gave up those 3 runs in the 5th inning, only one of them was earned. Well, they say all 3 are earned, but I believe only one of them should have been earned against Northrup. That one will be upstairs and inside. The count's now 1-1. But for Northrup, he went 3 innings, giving up 5 hits, 3 runs, no walks, and a strikeout on 33 pitches. 1-1 pitch. Adams will foul that one behind him and to the left, and it's counts now 1-2. With Rylan Carroll on deck, Will Van Leur will try and maybe get the final 3 outs. Looking like that's going to be the case. There is nobody warming up in the right field bullpen. And try and finish off a split of a doubleheader with the Pierre Governors. This will be up the middle. Hunsley will step on the bag at second for 1. The first, not able to be picked out by Buckles, which would have ended the inning. But it will go down to just a fielder's choice, and there's now 2 down. And it skipped on Buckles at first base, and now here's Rylan Carroll. So runner on first here with 2 down. Rylan Carroll, who is 1 for 3. Singled and scored back in the 5th inning. That will be flown out and out of play on the right side. Counts 0-1. 9-1-2 for the Governors in the 7th inning, now down by 7. Dawson Getz, George Stalley, and Charlie Simpson. Those first 3 hitters will have to get on base and get a rally going with a 7-run deficit. 0-1 pitch. This will be grounded to the right side. Getz will field that one. He'll underhand flip it to Buckles to retire the side. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, 1 run does score on 1 hit and 1 error in the inning. And 1 man left on base. So we head to the top of the 7th. Last chance for the Governors, down by 7. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Service is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Athletics. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work construction and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. AGE, proud supporters of local sports.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
Top of the 7th, Governors need 7 runs to keep this ball game alive, and it will start with the number 9 hitter, Dawson Getz. Then back to the top of the order for George Stalley and Charlie Simpson. Jet Zabel and Parker O'Brien would be the next 2 hitters in the order for the Governors, and they need a lot of base runners and a lot of runs. So Getz will get a chance to lead off. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. And again, after we get done here tonight, reminder that tomorrow we've got coverage 11:45 a.m. as the Governors will take on the Jefferson Cavaliers, who won 11-0 earlier tonight against Grand Forks Central.
Up to the Governors, number 7, Dawson.
I believe they're now 5-3 on the year, is Jefferson. They mentioned, too, that will be their 5th game coming up. First pitch is taken for a strike on the inside corner. But they played Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday, all single games this week. That pitch will miss low, and the count's now 1-1. They picked up they lost to Harrisburg. They beat Mitchell, and they beat Washington, and they're also now beating Grand Forks Centrals. They're 2-1 in South Dakota games, at least just this week. There's a line shot by Getz. There's how you start the 7th inning if you're going to make a comeback. A base hit for Getz in the left field. And the Govs got a runner on first to lead off the top of the 7th to get it back to the top of the order for now George Staley, who was 1 for 3 in the ball game. Staley was able to get a base hit on the first pitch he saw, and then he struck out looking in his last 2 at-bats. 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Governors, 9 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error for Brandon Valley. First pitch, Staley swings and grounds that one foul. Again, all 4 at-bats in this game, all 4 plate appearances in this game has been first pitch swinging for George Staley. And I'm not really mad at it. First pitch is usually the best pitch. Staley likes to jump on it, feels confident in swinging that first pitch. You're going to throw him a first pitch fastball. He's going to be looking to swing. 0-1 pitch is a curveball that drops in for a strike. The count's now 0-2. And also, Staley knows if you don't throw him a strike and he gets ahead in the count, he's a good hitter. Everybody's batting average goes up when you get a hitter's count. That one will come in, almost hit Staley, but he's able to back away from it. The count's now 1-2. Getz will lead away from first. With 1 on and nobody out here in the 7th inning. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Staley will pick up the hat trick. And there's 1 down here at the top of the 7th. And it brings up Charlie Simpson. He was hit by a pitch. He's 0 for 2 so far. Here's the first pitch to Simpson. He'll swing at that pitch, grounded foul, and Coach Fondness knocks it down with the bare hand, but does not make the play. And Coach Cody Sherrill has got his arms up in the air. And Coach Fondness says, I'm not even going to look over at first base. Not going to look over at first base. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That is over for a strike, and the count's now 0-2. Oh and 2 count with 1 out here at the top of the 7th. Again, Governors trail by 7, 9-2. 0-2 pitch. Simpson goes down to the ground and is able to get that one in the left field through the hole for a base hit in his first and second. Now with 1 out, and it'll bring up Jed Zabel. Zabel, who is 0 for 2 with a walk, so trying to pick up his first hits today. He was hit by a pitch in game 1. He drew a walk here in game 2. Time will be called, and the catcher in bunker will go out and have a conversation with this pitcher. As we are late here in our second game, Governors are trying to make a 7-run comeback. They've still got a long way to go. They're still down by 7, but they've only got 2 outs left to work with to try and make that happen. It'll be an unbelievable comeback if the Governors do get it. But there's still plenty of work to be done. No swinging for the fences. Just do what you got to do to pass it on to the next guy. First pitch to Zabel. That'll miss low and inside for ball 1. Brandon Valley at 7-8 on the season, trying to get back to 500. Would also then go to 4-2 in South Dakota games. Pierre Governors at 6-2. Those are all South Dakota Class A games as well, and they would fall to 6-3 if they don't make the comeback here, and will at least stay over 500 by the end of the weekend. That one will bounce in. Good block there to make it a 3-0 count, and good play by Dawson Getz. seeing that ball hit the turf, thinking maybe I can take that extra base, knowing you're down by 7. It's got to get to the backstop. We don't need to test anything, don't need to try anything. 3-0 count, 3-0 pitch will miss for ball 4, and that will be a 4-pitch walk that will load the bases. And Parker O'Brien will get a chance to hit here with 1 down in the top of the 7th. And this is just his second plate appearance of the season for O'Brien. We'll get a mound visit before we get to O'Brien's plate appearance, which will then also give a chance for Brandon Valley to get someone warming up in the bullpen. Looks like Nolan Pudwill is making his way out there to warm up. So Pudwill, you don't want to have to use him, and of course, the way the rest of the day, the weekend goes, the days go by for Brandon Valley, you're not so worried about burning another pitcher, especially with the fact that at the very worst right now, you would hope that he would just come in if you're Brandon Valley for 2 outs. You don't play till Tuesday, so you get Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. So outside of him throwing 80 pitches, you're gonna have everybody available when it comes back into Tuesday. Just about everybody available when it comes back to Tuesday. But here's Parker O'Brien with the bases loaded, and 1 out. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. In a 7-run game, so again, the tying run is still not even on the on-deck circle yet for the Governors. But you can't get that tying run up if you don't take it 1 at-bat at a time, and the count's now 2-0. 6 straight misses here for the pitcher in Will Van Leer. 2-0 pitch. That'll miss. 3-0. On deck is J.J. Buckles. It was 0 for 1. He replaced Matthew Brewer. Hit for the first time at the top of the 5th. 3-0. That's 8 straight misses. And now they're really trying to speed up Nolan Pudwill out there in the right field bullpen, because that's an RBI walk for Parker O'Brien.
Walk for O'Brien brings up 23, J.J. Buckles.
And now here is J.J. Buckles. Base is still loaded, and another pitch that misses. 9 straight misses now. Then it's Grayson Hunsley to Carter Shufflebein if they can continue this. It's a 6-run deficit. Buckles, he'll take a strike, and at the point of 9 straight misses, as good as that pitch might have been for Buckles to try and swing, you got to wait and see a strike before you swing the bat. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That'll bounce in. That's a good block there. And again, no need to force anything if you're the Governors. That pitch gets to the backstop and scoots away, and you can almost walk home. That might be the only time that you really want to try and get home, because the backstop is short, and it could backfire on you if you take off just because the pitch got to the backstop from third trying to score. 2-1 pitch. That will bounce in. That will get to the backstop, and a run will come in to score as it scooted away. It was read well by Charlie Simpson, and the score is now 9-4. And the count is 3-1 here to Buckles. So it's a 5-run game right now. And they might have to go to the bullpen to try and get the final 2 outs. So here's the 3-1 pitch. Upstairs for ball 4, and they will have to go to the bullpen to try and get this one closed out. The bases are loaded with 1 out. And they will go to Pudwill to try and close it out and make sure that they get this win. So we will step aside for a minute. Ball game's not over yet. 9-4 our score. Bases loaded, 1 out in the top of the 7th. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre. Comtech, your local technology solutions provider, is now located on the truck bypass. With great brands like Bose, Sonos, LG, Samsung, Lenovo, and so much more. Stop in to see their new showroom for everything in stock for your personal or business needs. Comtech provides professional installation and service after the sale. Comtech is your local technology store, located now on the truck bypass, or visit us on the web at comtechplus.com. Well, it's not really the spot that they were hoping to have to use Nolan Pudwill, but Brandon Valley is going to their bullpen, and Pudwill will come in to try and get the final 2 outs, but he has got a lot of work in front of him, though, because the tying run is now on deck. The bases are loaded with 1 out in a 5-run game, 9-4 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And where this game felt like it was all but over, a lot of walks have allowed this game to continue. With the fact that nobody has put the ball in play other than Dawson Getz and Charlie Simpson, who have gotten base hits. They've had 3 walks and 2 hits to make this a 5-run game, and the bases loaded. Grayson Hunsley, Carter Schuffelbein. These 2 guys can reach base. They come around to score. This ball game is far from over right now. So Hunsley, who is 0 for 1 with 2 walks, waits on the first pitch from Pudwill, and that first pitch is over for strike 1. So Pudwill trying to get the final 2 outs. Pretty much say it's a safe situation with the fact that the game could be tied in 2 batters, or it can end the ball game in 2 batters. A ground ball can even end this ball game right now. 0-1 pitch is upstairs, and the count's now 1-1. Carter Schuffelbein and Sutton Sun and Shine looking to try and both get to the plates here in the 7th inning. This is the 7th man to come to the plate. 1-1 pitch. Hunsley with a line shot. That's going to be caught. Diving back to second. Not in time. Just getting back in seconds is Parker O'Brien. Hunsley hit a line shot that could have scored 2 if it got over the head of the second baseman in Knudsen. But there's now 2 down. And Carter Schuffelbein will try and extend this game to Sutton Sun and Shine. That one was very close. O'Brien, if he was able to freeze, if he had taken 1 extra step, even 1 extra half step, he was doubled off at second. Got there right just in time, diving headfirst back into second to make sure that he didn't get doubled off. First pitch to Schuffelbein. That's over for strike 1. So the freshman, a couple of freshmen trying to keep and extend the game here for the Governors. And to get Dawson Getz back up to the plate. 0-1 pitch is upstairs, and the count's now 1-1. He's 2 for 3 is Schuffelbein. Singled in the 2nd and in the 4th. Grounded into a double play in the 6th inning. Now with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the top of the 7th, 1-1 pitch. That's over for a strike, and the count is now 1-2, and Brandon Valley is a strike away from at one point earning the split, now looking to escape with the split. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, a curveball that will end the ball game, and Brandon Valley will get the split with a 9-4 win over the Pierre Governors in game number 2. 9-4 our final in game 2. It is a split here tonight. Back in 2 minutes to wrap it up here from Brandon Valley. Back in 2 minutes here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom's today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, 224-6627. And as we welcome you back here, the Pierre Governors, they fall in game number 2, 9-4, and earned a split of the doubleheader while they won the first game 2-1. Falling in game number 2, Brandon Valley helps earn the split of the doubleheader against the Pierre Governors here tonight. It was 9 runs on 9 hits, 1 error, and 5 men left on base for the Brandon Valley Lynx. 4 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors, and 9 men left on base for the Governors. As Trevor Rounds will get the loss on the mound, Rylan Carroll with the win, and Nolan Pudwell will get the save. Governors had a shot in the 7th inning, obviously down by 7 runs, made things a little bit more difficult. An RBI walk for Parker O'Brien made it at that point, 9-3 game, a wild pitch to make it 9-4, but the Governors were unable to score when Nolan Pudwell came in and got the final 2 outs on the final 2 men that he faced to pick up the win. And Brandon Valley now 8-8 on the season overall. They're 4-2 in South Dakota games. Governors fall to 6-3 now with being 6-3 in South Dakota games. As Shufflebine had 2 of the 6 hits for the Governors, as well as also 2 hits from Dawson Getz. He went 2 for 3, and the Governors just didn't have enough in that second game that got themselves down 3-0 and 5 after the first inning and 5-0 after 2. Climbed back to make it 5-2, went down 8-2 and 9-2 before getting in that 7th inning where they scored 2 runs to make it 9-4. So 4 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors, 9 men left on base for Pierre. 9 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, and 5 men left on base for Brandon Valley. It is time of the ball game, 1 hour and 46 minutes of game number 2 as we close up before 9 o'clock here in the doubleheader between Pierre and Brandon Valley. We've got another doubleheader tomorrow on the road. The Governors will be here in Sioux Falls area again. They'll be at the Sanford Complex in Sioux Falls as they will take on the Jefferson Cavaliers. We'll have coverage starting at 11:45 and first pitch at noon between Pierre and Jefferson tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow morning into tomorrow afternoon here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. I want to say thanks to Emma Thielen back at the station. John Winkler here signing off. Governors, they win the first game 2-1 behind Ridge Lineback, getting a 2 RBI double and a complete game on the mound. They fall in game number 2, 9-4, splitting with Brandon Valley here tonight as we say so long from Brandon Valley.
The first round, still.
And on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Baseball is brought to you in part by Bank West, Beck Motors, Avera, Todd's Electric, Shane's Pharmacy, and Stelton Peterson, Walti and Jones LLP. And by American Family Insurance, Brittany Shufflebine Agency, Yay Gare, May Adams, Wegner Auto, Comtech, Gales Gas, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Birding Electric, and AGE Corporation. Pierre Governor Baseball is also brought to you by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, True Green Chemlawn, Nystrom Electric, Fisher Rounds, Faith Lutheran Church, and CHS River Plains. And by Lamb Motors, First Dakota National Bank, Edward Jones Financial, South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Division of Consumer Protection, and Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping. Join us all season here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports for more Pierre Governor Baseball. This has been a special presentation